Welcome! In this video we're going to do a solo playthrough of Unstoppable against the Triumvirate. So down at the table, process for getting set up. We start with the common setup, which is our cards level 1 through 6. And we will shuffle each of those real quick. And then we have our upgrades. Give these a quick shuffle if I can. And then deal out 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we'll kind of go over as we play what we're doing with those. And off to the side I have my token supply of damage 1 to 5 and money 1s and 3s. And for a player setup, we've got our mat. So that's going through when we level up. We'll get to that at some point. Our turn sequence, so we've got our upkeep phase, draft, main, threat, and cleanup phase. And we need to rinse and repeat until either our health is down to 0 or we've taken care of him. And we're playing as Kai Silver, the reluctant bodyguard. So hopefully he gets over that reluctance. And our starting deck of cards, we have the 3 Kai cards that get mixed in with 6 of the strikes and our spare credits. So give these a shuffle. Draw 3. This will be our starting hand. And this starts our threats. And then we'll start our threat. We need 3 enemies over here. Taunt. That means we have to take care of that one first. We'll start the game with 3 action points and 3 coins, 0 shields, and 10 health. Then we get to our boss setup, which is on the back of the sheet. We've got some flavor text there if you want to pause and go through that, but they are basically everywhere. Setup, we're going to put these 3 cards out in play, which is basically extra health. We are going to have to defeat 2 out of 3 of those, and basically they're not doing anything during the game, but when defeated we'll get an ability and a new action, and of course they range from 3 to 5 damage, but of course the 5 damage one helps us deal more damage. So if we get a money engine going, that might be the best path to go through. So we're going to have those in play. Then 10 other cards that'll get shuffled. Alright, so we've done that, and then we'll shuffle 2 random cards from the boss deck into the player's deck. So take 2 of these and shuffle them into these. And then finally, our construct deck. So when we purchase cards, this is going to be the bad side. So we're taking those 2, Series 2 and the Mithras decks, and then we're over to this side. So I've already got those somewhat mixed up. And on this side, when you deal with damage, if at least 2 cards are active, you must deal to an active one of these 3 cards. Otherwise, you may deal it to here. So I have to do 5 damage here. And each of these, this is 3, 4, and 5. When you level up, take the top card of the boss deck, put it in your discard pile unless the deck is empty. But I think if we get to that point, we've already lost. And 5 damage is what we need to do to that one. So with that, we are good to go. So first round, we skip upkeep because basically it's gain the 3 action points, refresh allies that we have none of, and resolve any setup effects. Draft phase, we draw 3 cards and keep 1 from the core deck. So we take a look at these three from level 1. So for 1, we can get 3 money, so there's a money engine. Here for 1, we get our training to go up and get money also. X is number of cards in this faction in play, which counts itself. So that gets us 1 money versus 3 money, but that will grow. And this one is exhaust, so it's an ally to get some shields. And if we have more of that cards, we can deal some damage. For some reason, I just like the Mantis people. But 1 for 3 money is always a good way to start too. So I think that's what we're going to go with. Then these go on the bottom. We don't look at the threat. We just put that there, and that becomes part of our hand. All right, so this starts up here in that spot. So that's 0. So all these spaces with the skull is going to be equal to what that says. So 0 for now. We're playing easy mode because I haven't played this game much, but it's one I wanted to bring back out to the table. So basically this one, 1 damage, 2, and 1, but we have to go after this one first. And I like the ally we have here, so we're going to spend 1 action point to bring him in. So we can exhaust him, lose a health, then deal X, where X is equal to 10 minus your current health. And at level 3, we start healing. Let's see, our upgrades, tactics, these are for allies, and the green ones can be used on either. I do like, we're spending 3 for the pistol, upgrade for an ally. When exhausted, it gives us that effect of dealing 1 damage, but it does let us know that on the other side, the monster is going to get an extra damage to hit us with. We're going to slide that on in here and refresh that so we know it's got taunt on the other side. Ooh, that's pretty good. And we will play this tactic for free to get a coin. And this one costs an action to get us 3 coins. Then we are going to do this, which basically has several effects. So we're going to lose a health to be able to deal a damage, and then when exhausted, we can deal another damage. We're putting both those on the taunt to defeat that little guy, so this will go to our hand. So that's just the price of business. And then I'm going to spend a coin, because I know that card had taunt. Can't have double taunt, so we're going to slide this in there too. So that's going to give us a shield and training when we use that. We have 1 more coin left. And I don't want to take a ton of damage, so we are going to spend that last action point for 1 more damage to take out the human. And that's going to end our main phase. So now threat phase, we're going to take damage. It's going to be 1 plus 0. So we take that to the face. Then cleanup phase, discard all played tactics. Oh yes, and that would have been replaced with a transport. Nice flying car. Lose all unspent action points. Reset armor to 0. Refill the battlefield with active threats. So we've already got 1 out there. Fortunately, this is fast, so that doesn't count. Basically, it's going to have to be 3 non-fast threats. So our threat board is going to be these 4. Advanced danger by 1, so that number is still at 0. Then we start our next turnover, which is gaining our 3 action points back and refreshing our allies. Strat phase, we draw 3 cards. We're still in this area. Let's see, choose to heal 2 or gain 2 money, and if we have an upgrade on it, we may choose both instead. That seems pretty good. I mean, we got 3 money. That's for an ally. Deal of damage. Bargain is basically spending 3 money. The next upgrade you buy this turn costs 3 less. Gain a health. Conspire. Or lose a health to deal 2. I think that's the one. We're taking the Pact of Blood. We're not going to let the threats kill us. We're going to do it ourselves. All right. So main phase, play some cards. Everything out here is still just 1 health. So we will exhaust, lose 1 to deal 3 damage somewhere. Then we also get the deal 1 damage. So we'll go ahead and take care of the Junker Cyclist. When defeated, we gain a money. Cultivate Power goes into our hand. We'll use this to take out the Thief. We get a strike. Then we'll spend an action point with our price of business. We are at 7 health, so if you have 7 or less, gain 1. So we're going to gain a total of 3 money here. And a shield, and move our training marker up. Then Pact of Blood. Let's see, do I want to put any upgrades out yet? I'm not thrilled with any of those upgrades. So for 1, Conspire, which is if there's at least 1 other card of the same faction as this card in your hand or in play, it is. So we are conspiring to gain a health. Then I'm going to lose a health to deal 2 damage. Oh, Conspire's right there. We can do that too. So that is going to get us a strike. Then we'll spend our 3rd action for another damage to get a strike back. So that's going to end our turn. Threat phase, we take no damage. That's always good. Discard our played tactics. Lose actions, reset our armor to 0, refill the battlefield. 1, 2, and 3. And this only resets if we need to. This is empty or we need to add threats, so we're good there. Advanced danger by 1. And that symbol means we can refresh any cards up here. And like I've already said, I wasn't thrilled with any of these. I mean, I might keep that one. I can add there to start healing back. But we'll take those 5 put on the bottom. Get 5 new ones. Junker Sand Trap. 6 money. Yep, that's pretty good. Some extra heal. Medal of Loyalty. back alley deal, and our replicator. All right, back to upkeep. Draft phase. Small marker means we get to draft from here. Ooh, I like damage. I also like allies. That is our favorite faction at the moment, that heals and does damage. And our pact of kin. So all three are good. But I'm going with the apprentice physician. I think advanced optics was my second, even though that could be huge late game. All right, so now the skulls are worth 1, so 3, 3, and 2 health. So we are going to exhaust to be able to deal 4 damage, plus 1 from that. That 4 damage we are going to put on this, and when defeated, it's going to deal 4 damage, which we'll put there. This is one of our minions. When this card enters your hand or enters play, deal a damage, or that's a boss damage, and put it in your discard pile. And since we don't have 2 of these down, we can't put it up there. We're going to start on the one with 4 health. While in your discard pile, this card cannot be targeted or affected. Card cannot be eliminated, and we don't want to eliminate it. All right, so that gave us 4 damage to defeat this one, which will give us 4 damage to defeat that one. And same thing here. Except this one goes to her hand. And now, if your deck is empty when there are no active threats, we level up. So pausing to level up. How to level up: advance both level discs by 1. So they each move up. Discard all tactics and allies from play and discard down to 3 cards. That hurts, because we have 6. But we're definitely keeping our 2 allies and a strike, and these get discarded. Optionally, we can remove a card from the game. We'll go ahead and get rid of one of the strikes. Resolve any boss-specific effects, which is take one of these and put it in our discard, then reshuffle the cards in your discard pile and place their threat side up. Okay. So we still have 1 damage to push around. So he takes 2 more. Spend an action to bring in our physician. Let's see. We might as well spend 3 to put the extra heal on that. Oh, that goes on a tactic. In that case, we will spend 2 to put an ease. Upgrade ally when exhausted will heal 1. But on the flip side, they're going to have an extra defense. So we'll go ahead and exhaust, which is going to heal us 2, up to 8. And we can conspire, requires another card of this faction in hand and play. So we've got that in our hand, so we can deal 2 damage, which will be enough to defeat. When defeated, deal 4 damage. So we're putting 4 on that. But that does a damage. And then this is destroyed, goes to our hand. We are going to spend 1 for our cultivate power. So if we conspire, we get to move this an extra 1, so it's moving 2. 1, 2. If we're at level 2, which we are, we can lose a health to deal 3 damage. And 3 damage is what it takes to defeat this guy. When defeated, he does 4. But also does that. I hope I'm doing these timing things correctly. When defeated, each player, we upgrade twice. We max out. Flip this card to the inactive side. We found the secret base they use for smuggling. See, new action once per turn. You may spend an action to upgrade and gain a health. And then this thing is dead. And when defeated, it does 1 damage. And adds, I mean, we've got a good thing going. I think we're just going to go for the quick and easy. I did forget to spin or bring that out. Got some flow skin armor. Super awesome. And I'll just end our turn spending an action with a strike for 1 damage. Or do I want to upgrade that? No, I don't. Just 1 damage. Ending your turn. So threat phase, nothing. Clean up. Discard or play tactics. Armor's already at 0. Refill the battlefield. So we've got a taunt. We've got a rage and another taunt. And an upside down. Oh, I just didn't put that in the center. All right. And rage. During a threat phase, for each rage threat on the battlefield, discard an ally from play. So we want that gone, but we have to go through the 2 taunts first. Advanced danger. There we can spend money to get rid of cards. We're not going to. So on the upkeep, get our 3 actions, refresh our allies, drafting, our training is all the way up here. 1, 2, 3. Pay dirt 4 money for each upgrade on this card. Defeat 1 on deck threat. This card enters or leaves play, gain. Deal 13. May split this effect as you choose among, 13 damage. Yeah. And that will go there. So this is what we have in our hand. This guy has 1 more health left. So we are going to spend 1 action. I think I'm right. Yes, he's at 1 up there. So that will deal that 1 action to make this taunt card go back to our hand. Spare credits, nice. And that already has taunt, so I want that added. I've got 5 money. Oh, but that goes to an ally. Do I have any other taunt cards? Nope. In that case, we'll wait. Thought I had something cool about to happen. I think what I am going to do is spend 3 money for the extra heal to put in our spare credits, which is free to play. So basically we spent 3, and when we play it, we're going to get our 3 money back and heal 1, which I will go ahead and do. So heal 1 and get our 3 money back. And now I'm thinking of retracting what I've done. I really haven't seen any new information. Yeah, we'll pretend that already happened. Take that back. Because I'm thinking taunt, I can't split that among other things. So I think I want to play this first. Spending 2 actions to split the 13 among the 2 taunt cards. Put those in her hand, then we'll purchase that. So that doesn't change anything. Then I still have the strike to deal 1 there. I think we're back on track. Play smarter, maybe. We're out of actions, but we still have this. And we have played a card, so we get the Conspire. So exhaust, it's going to heal us 2. We're back up to max health. We deal 2 damage. And that's enough to defeat. When defeated, we get to remove a card. How's that worded? Choose a card in your hand, discard pile, or in play. Return that card to the box. Will not be used. It's not an option. So it's going to be a strike. And that's our Pact of Blood. And then with 3 money, we're going to make a back alley deal. Put that in there because we know it already has rage. So basically now we're just getting the free money out of it. And replace that with our capacitor. And when I purchase, that should have went back. All right, so end of her turn. Nothing's hitting us. Discard her tactics. Armor's at 0. Refill the battlefield. Got some rage going on. Just a thief and a thief. And then advance by 1. We can reset the board. I think that one. Just 2. All right, Badge of Valor and Hollow Plated. I'm a fan of that. All right, upkeep. Get our 3 action points. Ready. Draft. All right, 2 damage. Conspire. Don't have many of those. That's just exhaust for 2 damage, but it does cost us 2. That costs us 2 to get 1 back. I think I'm just going to go for the spend 1. At least gives us 2 damage. This is what we have in hand, our Pact of Blood, price of business, spare credits, and a local bounty. We are going to spend 2 money to take our hollow plated and put that on our spare credits. Then spin 1 for a Pact of Blood. We're conspiring to gain 1, but we're at max health. Lose 1 to deal 2. We're going to do that here, but it's got 3. And then gain a money. And we are not going to bargain. Then we'll use our physician to heal 1, but conspire to deal 2 to take out the Blade Master, which gets us some money. And that's our ally. Then spend 1 to bring in that ally. Or do I? I've only got 2 cards left. Yeah, I think either way, either hold him and can't take him out or not. So spend 1 to bring him in. We'll lose a health to deal 1. And then we also deal 1, which takes this human out. Then we will spend 1. Let's see, we conspire. So we get 2 money and deal 2 damage, which gets rid of that. All right, threat phase, we take no damage, clean up, discard, reset to 0, refill the battlefield, and then we take a break to level up, advance both of our discs, discard tactics and allies, down to 3 cards in hand. We're going to keep our credits, our price of business, and lose a strike, I guess. I forgot to, got a companion over there. All right, discard, we're going to choose not to, it's optional there. Boss effect, place a card in here, and then reshuffle and pick up where we left off. All right, taunt, too fast, so they don't count. All right. Advance, we're still at 1. So now upkeep, get our 3 tokens, do our draft phase. Let's see, deal 1 for each upgrade on cards in play. That is exhaust, deal 2 target threat for each upgrade on that card, ignoring taunt, which right now is useless. Discard 1 active non-boss threat with damage. And I think I'm going with the Scrap Hunter. He's not going to help me now, but he'll definitely help later. Feel like I'm stalling a bit, but we'll see what happens. All right, when defeated, that's going to deal 1 damage. And right now, I'm in trouble because I can't even deal 2. I've got 4 money. Okay, so for free, I'm going to get 3 money, heal 1, and 5 shields. Then I'm going to spend 6 money for that. Unfortunately, I don't have, well, I do, but I already have the upper ability, so that's going on my strike. So spending 1, which is going to give me 1 action and 4 damage, and then 1 damage, and I can do those in any order. Well, the 4 damage is going to kill the thing with taunt, the Sand Mother. Then I'm going to go on 13 meters, spending 3. Oh yeah, I still had the 1 to spend. So that's got 4. And 5. So we're going to kill those 3 or defeat those 3. So we get a money from that one. And these 2 are gone. That's just our money getting card. And when defeated, we can deal a damage, which we'll deal there. And we also put 1 more on that. And that is defeated. Go into our hand. All right, we topped the deck really well with that one. Repeating, upgrade to a tactics. Let's see. That's going to be your turn. So we get hit for 2, put that on our shields. Then discard our tactics, armor to 0, reset our battlefield. 1 fast. Advance. We can spend the money to get rid of cards we're not doing, but now 2's the magic number. So this guy's 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 3. All right, upkeep. Get 3 actions. Draft from here. Byron strategy, royal armor, and a common enemy. If X is 3 up, so unite is different factions. We get to choose one of those. An auto 2 damage. Healing, I feel like we've got some healing going on. Oh, and the cost of 4, that's a problem. I think we'll go for the Byron strategy card. All right, so we've got the strategy, our Emporium, a strike, a local bounty, our scrap hunter, which still, well, can help us there. And our price of business. And we definitely want the Rage Dead. So we're spending 1 to bring out the Scrap Hunter. We are going to spend 2 for a companion. When exhausted, conspire to deal a damage. Then we will exhaust, dealing 2 damage to a target threat for each upgrade on that card, ignoring taunt. We don't have any taunt, but we at least deal 2 damage. And we have 1 more because of conspire, and we do have lots of that faction. Let's see, he needs 4 to go. Let's replace. Looking at my cards in hand. Yeah, I think I'll put that. Oh, wait, that does go to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in that case, we are going to spend 1 to deal 2 damage and conspire to get 2 money. The additional 2 damage defeats the enforcer and gets us 2 money. That's our apprentice. Then we're going to spend 3 for this. Gets us another action and some shields. And then play the card we just upgraded, spending 1 action. All right, we're going to get 2 money from here. We get 1 shield, move their training up. Then we also get an action and focus X. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see what got replaced there. Another ally upgrade. Just make him super strong. Let's see. Yeah, that's the only type of that. So the focus is just 1 more damage. 3 will kill that at least. And that. We need 4 for that one though, which would kill another one. I'm not that good at the moment, so we are just going to spend a 1 for 2 + 1 to defeat the vehicle, which gets us some money. And cultivate. And that's going to be our turn. So we're taking 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. We're good with our shields. Then clean up, discard, action points, armor to 0, reset the battlefield. Advance. Now we can reset this. I mean, a 3 is pretty good, but they are pretty expensive. Well, I've got that kind of money. Oh, it's so cheap, though. Yep, we'll get rid of those 3. Marked target. Oh, nice. Some growth. And networked. So still at 2. So upkeep, get our 3 actions, get to draft from here. Wasteland Bounty, cost of 1, 4 damage while this card is in play. Each time you defeat a threat, gain some money. I like that. 1, ooh, so we can distribute, which is super nice. But might force us to get rid of cards, which could be good or bad. I mean, most cards are going to have at least 2 to 3 health anyway. I think we're going with the Wasteland Bounty. I don't know if I'm just drawn to those pictures or what. That resets. Goes in our hand. That got refreshed. So on to our main phase. So 3, 4, and 4, which is nice because if we kill that, it kills that, which kills that. Yeah, once the numbers get to 3 and 4, it starts getting very hard to kill things. But none of them have upgrades, so he's just dealing 1 damage. We just bought the card that does 4, so spending 1 action, 4 damage. While this card is in play, each time you defeat a threat, gain a money. So 4 defeats this, which is going to defeat that, which we'll use to defeat that, so we're getting 3 money. And that's going to deal a damage, which is going to flip this over. So now, the ease distribution facility. New action, once per turn, you can spend 2 actions to get rid of a card. But the main thing is we have 2 of these turned over, so we can start hitting up here. And that's going to give us 1 damage up there. And this goes to our hand. We've got a good bit of money, so we're going to spend 4 to put this on our Cultivate Power card. And then spend 1 action. So one of the events we have is dealing 3 damage. Conspiring, we have that in our hand. So this goes up 2. We're 3rd level, so we can lose a damage to deal 3. So we will put 3 on here, which is enough to defeat, which gets us some money because of that other one. And that's your strike. And this guy has an upgrade on it, so now he's useful. So we are going to use that. Put 2 damage there, and when he's exhausted, he also deals a damage somewhere. But we'll trigger this off first. When defeated, we have to get rid of a card. We're about to go through our hand. Do we have any? That strike's pretty good. I don't want to get rid of that. So we're going to lose a strike in our hand. When this thing got defeated, and that got us another money. And that's our Pact of Blood. This one has 3 health. Let's see. So we're going to spend our last one, gain a money. Oops, wrong token. I'm not going to bargain. Conspire. We've got that symbol, so we can heal 1. Then we can lose 1 to deal 2, which will be enough to defeat that one, which gets us another coin. And a money for that. That was our guard squadron. And I think that's going to end her turn. Oh, let's replace. Bargain 5, 2 money. We've got 8. We can add that to something. And I'm going to spend 5. Put that on, yes, our Emporium. Get auto-seeking. Yeah, that's worth it. All right, now end our turn. Threat, we've got nothing. Discard our tactics. Our actions. Armor's at 0. Battlefield. We are now resetting. Advance both discs. Discard tactics and allies. Optionally, we're choosing not to. Resolve the boss. Put another one of those in there. And reshuffle. And since shuffling is a little weird, I usually do them a little bit from one side and then a little bit from the other side. Okay, oops, wrong side. Fast. That's no good, so we'll bring them over there, there, and taunt, and taunt. Double taunt. Triple taunt. Advance, we're still at 2. This is our last round at 2. So, next turn, upkeep, drafting. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, we did have to go down to 3 cards. I'm going to have to reshuffle that. That was the only card out. I'm definitely keeping that one, and that one, and that one. Sorry about that. Okay. Still got a couple fast ones. And a taunt. All right. So back to our draft phase. Unite, deal X. X is a number of unique factions in hand and in play. There's all the listed effects for each faction you have. It does cost 3. That costs 4. So I think just because of the cost, we're going with the cheap one. I don't really have an engine for getting those up. All right, so he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 health. This turn is going to be a tough one. We're going to bring in our guard squadron. And we're going to spend 2 money for that. But we're going to put that on our new one. Yeah, I think so. Number of unique factions in hand and in play. It's going to be 3, so it's going to be 6 damage plus the 1. All right. So we're going to exhaust to lose 1, to deal 2 damage. And when exhausted, we deal 1 damage. And we're past level 3, so we heal 2. And we have to go up here. Then I'm going to spend 1. Well, before we do that, let's See what that gives us. Empowered, tactic. We kind of need the damage, even though it's going to make it big on the other side. But it's going to super help us now. Yep, we're going to spend the 1 to add into here. So we can spend 1 to get 3 money. And damage, 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 and 2 damage. And replace it with Mind Linked. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can put those 3 there. So he's gone. Great, another taunt, the triple taunt. So he takes 4. Oh, we got to put 2 on that. Then with our last action point, we will exhaust, which gives us 1. Then we get to deal 2 damage, 1, 2, 3 times. So 2, 2, and 2. And this guy has 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can use those in any order. That defeats this one. And then we can put this 4 on that, which is going to put 4 on that one. And of course that gives us a damage up there. So 2 out of 5. And then this one, we get to put 4 somewhere else. We'll put there, which takes us to 3 out of 5. Then when this one's defeated, we get to put 1 somewhere else. Which I think we want on the fast one, I guess. And that takes it to 4 out of 5. And we have 1 left over. But he's got 4 health. And that's going to be our turn. No, it's not, because we have this free card that will save us from taking a bunch of damage. Or do we take the damage? How much damage are we taking here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's going to make that really strong. All right, clean up. Discard our tactics. No armor. Refill the battlefield. Fast, fast, crazed 5. So when that comes in, I think it hits itself. If your current health value is equal to or lower than the crazed value, the threat deals itself 2 damage. And then that. All right, so that's your board. But now we go up to 3. Conspire 5, but it does take 6 money. Now I'm just looking for damage. Nothing else really matters. Unite has been getting us pretty good. But they're also expensive. We're just going to refresh the one. All right, our 3 actions: refresh, draft phase, 1, 2, 3. Exhaust to deal 3, upgraded. You may get rid of a card if you do search a level 1 deck. Not a fan of that. 3 more actions and 2 money. If you have 5 or less threat, defeat the threat on deck. If you do, you may lose 2 to defeat the new deck on threat. I think we're going for the insta 3 damage. That's me just hitting things. He is a bodyguard after all. All right, so this guy is 3, 4, 5. Well, this one takes 6 to defeat. So we are going to use him to lose 1 health, so we can deal 6. And then heal 2. And then also we have 1 more damage to spread out. But first, we'll deal with this. When defeated, get rid of a card. I don't want to get rid of a card. But it's going to be the Admiral. Because getting rid of cards out of my hand just seems bad. I guess we'll just spread it around. All right, for 1, we're going to spend 4. So I think 1, 2, 5. So that will defeat that one. While this card's in play, each time you defeat a threat, gain a money. Probably should have played that first before I did that, but oh well. So we're defeating this one. We got the money for that. We get a money for that. And that's it. This card basically pays for itself. So we spend 1 to gain a shield, get some training, get an action point. We're going to gain 3 money and focus. It's going to be 1, 2, 3. Then I will spend 1 to cultivate power. So that's going to give us 3 that we can use. Get to move that up. Then I'm also going to take a damage to deal 3 more somewhere. And level 4, lose any amount of damage to gain. We're not going to do that. So the first 3 we put there. So that's 5 out of 6. Then the other 3 we put here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be enough to take out the Blitzer. And for our last action, bring out our Physician, which we're going to exhaust to gain 2 health. And then Conspire, we've got going on easily for 2 more damage, which will defeat this one which gains us another money, plus that money, and a local bounty. And I think there we will end our turn. So threat phase, we're going to get hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then discard our tactics. Action points, reset armor, refill the battlefield. All right, we'll put the taunt down here. Then upkeep. Oh, forgot. Still at 3. We can spend money to get rid of cards. Then we get that. Now drafting. 1, 2, 3. Whoa. Relentless Charge seems interesting. We can conspire, return this card to your hand if you discard another card from play. Well, that might hurt us a lot too. Costs 3, but that's a lot of damage. We'll go for that. Or, no, we're going cost of progress. Lose X damage, then deal XX, then if you have 6 or less, return any 4 card from your discard pile to your hand. Also, if you have 2 or less, return any card from your discard pile to your hand. All right, main phase. Think. Yeah, we don't see the cards up here we need to defeat. These things are ready. We're going to bring in our Scrap Hunter. You can exhaust deal 2 damage to a target threat for each upgrade on that card. And when exhausted, Conspiring, which we have more in hand. So basically 3 damage, or 2 plus 1. 2 has to go there. And this guy is 3, 4, 5 health. So we'll put his other one there. Oh, no, we're not, because we got this taunt guy. Never mind. We paid 1 to bring him into play. Then we're going to use our Guard Squadron, losing a health, so we can deal 5 damage. Then we also get to deal a damage and heal 2. So that defeats that. Then, well, we've got that. We can exhaust to deal 2, plus 1 from there. We'll put the 1 up there. Then we'll use this, which is going to heal us 2 and deal 2, which will defeat. When defeated, we get 2 money. That got us a strike. This guy just has 2 more health on it. Which means local bounty, or before I do that, do I want to upgrade him? We're going to spend 6. No, just 5. To put auto seeking in here. That's going to bring out our badge of valor. So we spend 1. Oh, that would have reset. So now it moves up 1. We are going to deal 2 damage there. And we've got 4 damage in our pocket. And we get 2 money, which I forget if I took already or not, so oh well. So that gets defeated. Which is going to deal 2 damage. Then we'll place our other 4, which defeats that one. Then we're going to spend 1 to get 1 action point left to be able to deal 1 damage and 4. And this thing has 4 health, so we'll put the 4 on that first. But when that flips over, that is going to put our 5th one up there. So Kai Silver was able to take down the Triumvirate. So hopefully that gave you a good idea of how the game plays. This was the core game with the expansion, but this is a core game hero. So as always, hope you enjoyed this playthrough. If so, please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.